Hi. So 1 year ago today was the day before we took off. Memorial Day was the day we flew to Europe. Um, so I didn't post yesterday because it's sort of we spent 3 days doing a lot of shopping. I bought him shoes, clothes, spent hundreds of dollars. We got his passport same day. It was awesome. We were very excited. We were kind of exhausted because it was a whirlwind to get to Seattle. But we had 2 days to stay at my brother's house while they were gone. They came back Monday morning, so that we no, they didn't come back Monday morning. We got to the airport. I think we took a bus. So um, we were not um, really pretty tired, getting ready, packing, sorting through what we're going to take. You know, how many rolls of toilet paper, and yeah, if you go to Europe, bring your own toilet paper. But we probably brought too much. Anyway, more about that later. So the night before we left, we had been walking around. David lives on a mountain, and there were some beautiful places, and we talked about this would be a cool place to be together and do this and do that, sort of thing. Um, you know, places to be intimate with each other. Wandered around in the woods and looked. It was really kind of fun and exciting, but he wasn't quite up to it yet. So the night before, which was a year ago, this night, we were outside and we saw this. We started to watch the sun go down. And we were up in the mountains. Beautiful sunsets, and we took some pictures, which I will never see. But we hugged each other, and there was this like that, this incredible electrical jolt between the two of us, and we hugged each other, and it was just like this connection, this electrical, physical connection. It was whoa, well, that was amazing. Did you feel? Yeah, I felt that. That was incredible, and that scared him. It didn't scare me. I thought it was exhilarating, and wow, I've never had that feeling or experience with anybody. A little bit later, he says, "Well, I hope you know that you know I just want to be friends. I want to build our friendship, but we're going as friends." What? That's like the definition of gobsmacked. Changes the rules of the game right before we leave. And oh no, we're still together. I'm going with you, and we're going to be together. But I don't want to rush into anything. I'm going as your friend. Okay. So if it were me now, if it were me today, I would have said, "Well, see ya," because I thought more was going on. Really did. Was convinced that we were building a relationship, and that's why we were going, and what a perfect foundation to build on. And I understood it. Okay, yeah, friends. Okay, I get it. I get it. I understand that you want to do that. Just recently out of a relationship, a lot more recently than he had led me to believe. He lied about when he said that he broke up in December, but he had actually broken up in April. I met him 2 weeks after he had broken up. So, if I'd known any of this, if I'd known ahead of time, it would have been a deal breaker. So we're done. Um, but here's a picture that was taken on that day before we left a year ago. Also, I will show you a picture of Tomo. This is Tomo, our mascot. We spent a day at Snoqualmie Falls, hiking all around the falls and taking pictures of Tomo in different places around Snoqualmie Falls. It was really cool. We we talked, we bonded. I thought we were bonding. I thought our relationship was really growing. And then he pulled that bombshell of oh well, we're just going as friends. And I was like, whoa, 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 wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. He goes, oh no, no, we're going together. We're going to be together. We will be together, and we will be together on this trip. But he was establishing some ground rules, and I respected that. I was like, he didn't want. I don't think the way I reasoned it to myself was, well, he doesn't want it to be based on the thousands of dollars I'm spending on this trip. Not like he wanted us to have a friendship, and I was paying for everything, and and I didn't want him to feel like he should feel obligated because of what I was doing. That I was trying to build a relationship with someone that I was in love with, and he knew that. We made it very, very clear on several occasions. But that first time when I went to kiss him and he went, no, I was like, what? What do you mean? We've been kissing for days and now it's all changed. But so that should have been a real indicator to me. But then he softened and relaxed, and I understood that it was stress, and it was wow. I mean, here's a guy that had barely ever been out of the state of Idaho, let alone out of the country. So it was a little overwhelming. So I was being very, very respectful, and I was being very, okay, he wants some boundaries. That's good. Boundaries are fine. Let's have some, I wanted this to be, I did want to be friends. I wanted us to be friends, and I wanted us to be together. I mean, I wanted him to be in my life forever. And I was building, and we talked about patience. And I said, I will teach you the meaning of patience. I will be as patient as I need to be. And he was like, good. And so we actually, after that rebound, sort of came back around. We'll talk about this later when I put this in the perspective of hindsight as to what kind of person Joey Casper is. But at that time, after that shocking hug that we had on the mountaintop when we watched the sun go down and took some beautiful photos of each other, it was together. It was very emotional and amazing, and yeah, we had to prepare for this. I mean, this was a big deal. This was a huge trip. It was a trip of a lifetime for both of us. And I did not want to, the one thing I wanted to do was eliminate and alleviate stress so that this is going to be relaxed, have fun, forget about America, forget about everything except us being together and exploring parts of the world that neither one of us had ever been to or even, in some cases read much about. So I really wanted a solid establishment, but I was gobsmacked when he said that. Like, oh, wait, the rules of the game are changing? Okay. But I did say to him, I said, I'm going to try to win your heart. I'm going to try to win your heart, Starshine. I'm going to try to win your heart. And he said, okay. So I thought at that point that things were moving forward and that it was going to be okay, that it was going to be a building experience and everything else. But we will continue the trip. Tomorrow, flight day, we'll talk a little bit. Tomorrow will be brief because I'll talk about the flight, talk about what we did and our arrival at Frankfurt Airport. But we're kind of losing a day because we're crossing the international date line. So I need to get my ducks in a row on that and make sure that I'm not jumping ahead a year and a day or 364 days, which would be patently unfair to you and to my dedication to what I experienced a year ago. If there's anything else, I'll catch up tomorrow. For our departure day, flying on Condor Airlines 767, beautiful aircraft. I'll get in touch with you about that then. And have a happy Memorial Day.